Hi, this is Emika from Japan, and I recently started my talk series toward the foreign people who are interested in life in Japan. And my first talk was about the food in Japan, and this time is second time is about housing in Japan. I've been to 30 countries and 60 cities, mostly to the Western countries, but I thought that housing in Japan is the best. The first reason is there are many newly built apartment and housing in Japan. In Western country, the building or housing or apartment get old. They do renovation more than rebuilding, right? But in Japan, rebuilding is very common. So you can find very newly built cool apartment or houses very easily with a not expensive price. But I think I felt that not so many I didn't there are not so many newly built apartment or houses in the Western countries. So generally more competitive to find those kind of place. So more bit expensive to rent those kind of place compared to Japan. So that's the one of the reason. The second reason why I recommend you Japanese housing is functional side. I think Japanese is regarded as a nation who are good at a small kind of work. For example, Japanese nailist is very popular in the world because Japanese are pretty much good at doing the small things. So, for example, that is also used to be in. Even when we talk about newly built building in the Western countries, I feel compared to the Japanese housing, airtightness of the room or house apart or window, airtighting is like if there are a gap or a small, it's if not doesn't if the carpenter doesn't make a sorry, it doesn't make a house very well. Sounds come from the outside or like a window noise from the window outside. But I think Japanese carpenter are really very very good at making. So I think I feel that airtightness, for example, like a sounds from the outside is very shut off compared to the one in the Western countries, even the newly built one. And if I talk about the other part of Japanese house, I think generally very functional compared to Western countries one. Yeah, I think that it might be pretty much relating to the newly built it because, for example, many Western countries shower. Sometimes when you use too much, become water, but it will never happen in Japan. If you don't know about what is feng shui, I want you to look up on the internet. But it's a spiritual thing, and for example, you better to put your bed head side toward the north side because if you put toward the north side, you can sleep deeply compared to the other side, like especially the south side is not so good. So those kind of like how can I say, based on the direction, which side is good to make a entrance, which side is good to make a window or a window size or those kind of thing. And it's really important with the housing, but feng shui is not really common in the Western country. So they don't really know about it. So like when they make a structure or like like where's the door, where is the bedside, where is the window, like where is like the color, those kind of thing. They don't check about the feng shui side in the Western housing mostly. So generally it's not so good. It's not so good. So for example, the window of the bedroom shouldn't be too big because it's hard to explain, but it's not really make you for example, with the bedroom, the window shouldn't be that too big, because if there are a big window in the bedroom, you are not you're not get calm down. So when you go sleep, you need to calm down, right? But with the big window, the qigong, it's hard to explain qigong, but like a qigong come from the outside, so you don't really feel stable when you go sleep. So compared to when I stay in the Western places, I can sleep more better in the Japanese housing, because so I share the three big thing the reason why I like about Japanese housing. But let's say it again, it's about Japan has a many newly built building and apartment and housing. That's the first reason. The second reason is about airtightness and the functional side of the Japanese housing. It's very quiet, and you don't really many housing doesn't shut down the noise from the outside. And also the third reason about the feng shui side, that might be connected to the second one, but like that will help you to sleep more better with feng shui structured housing. Yes. Maybe many of them don't really understand what I'm talking about today, but if you try to visit the Japanese housing, maybe you will understand. So I want you to guys visit Japan or try to live in Japan. Thank you for listening.